I'm not saying that I can't sell a female superhero, which I can. What I'm saying is that I can't do an entire line of 4 figures in one series of nothing but females.
Hey everyone, welcome to Infinite Realms. Today I'm going to take a look at Action Force Series 3 Eclipse. I am so happy that Series 3 is finally at my door, finally in my home. It's been a long wait. It feels like forever, but at the same time, it gave me some time to do some catching up with Action Force, and I feel like I've made some big ground with Action Force the past few weeks. So, before we get started, I'm going to turn it over to my wife, Stacy, who will do her own review on this, having no prior knowledge of Eclipse or Action Force.
Alright, Stacy here with another action figure review. Right away, I'm going to notice there is an Action Force stand here, so I'm guessing this guy is probably an Action Force guy, I guess. Is it a guy? Yeah, I don't know. We got lots of accessories here. Tons of hands, so many hands. Why do we need so many hands? Well, you know, to punch a guy and to knock some sense into him, shake him around a little bit. But these also look punchy, but probably, I don't know. We got the little knife here and some magazines and his big old pew-pews. These are nice, sturdy guns. Not that rubbery plastic some other guys have. So those are cool. Do the magazines go in here? I don't know. Yeah. And put his knife back here, but I probably won't get that in right. Here we go. And I don't know. I do everything awkward. Okay. So all his little pieces fit in his little thingy. Oops, that didn't sound right. Okay. Stand up. It doesn't want to stand up anymore. I broke it. Wait, this is a woman? Boobs? The eyes tell me it's a woman. We got a nice second head here with a... Okay, oops. Oops. We've got a beheading. And a little scarf, bandana, what have you. Okay. So so he's a she, I believe. Well, I can't do much with her. Okay, I'm not getting any movement here. That's not good. Why you no bend? Okay, so it's interesting colors. I would assume that is some sort of desert uniform. But, oh, is that the Action Force symbol right there? Okay, so I don't, wow, we don't like to stand, we don't like to move. I'm not sure about this one, guys. And with my tendency to break things, I don't, I can't get her to move at all. So I don't know what to do about that. And I really can't get her to stand up. Get on there. There we go. That'll help a little bit. Well, you know, it's a good looking figure, and it does come with a lot of, you know, the guns are nice quality. I really like this head, but I'm not going to pop off that head and put this one on because I will break it. I'm having a lot of trouble getting it to move. So I'm not sure what to make of it, other than I'm pretty sure this is someone from, obviously, Action Force. I don't know who, and I'm just, my impression, I'm not really impressed with the movement on it, but as far as the overall look, I think it looks good. It's you know, good quality, but maybe she just, well, oops, Robert, I broke it. Maybe she just, I don't know, needs to be heated up to move the joints. I don't know, but I'm having trouble with it. So, overall, I think it could be a little better, but I do like a lot of things about it. So, you know, maybe under the right circumstances, this would be an okay figure.
Hey everyone, welcome to Infinite Realms. Today I'm taking a look at Eclipse. I'm going to re-apologize to my wife. I really thought I had heated her up enough, and it's turned out I hadn't. I think I've got her heated up well enough now, so we can move on. This is, of course, Eclipse. I do like her. I've just read the comic that she appears in, and I was really impressed with it. I liked it a great deal. Great introduction to a character. Of course, my wife has gone over the accessories. I really like, I mean, there's a little bit of sheen in this pattern. I do like that. I mean, that is one striking thing about Eclipse that I noticed was, you know, there's that aqua just sheens a little bit. And another great thing I like about her is, you know, just the vest is different. It's obviously a woman's vest, even though my wife did have a struggle with that for a moment. But she's just an interesting, striking character that I do like. She's the first Action Force figure, though, I've had issues with standing up. She keeps wanting to topple over, and that's pretty odd because, you know, I've never had that with any of the Action Force figures. Now, it might be something, you know, it is a new design, so maybe not all the bugs have been worked out. We'll have to see with the other Action Force women if that still maintains or not. Now, something I really got to point out is the face sculpt is really great, and the eyes are really striking. I really like the eyes on this one. It's just something mysterious and different. That's all the best way I can describe it. It's cool, though. It's really, really cool, and a really cool look to the figure. I love her gun. It's one of my favorite guns from the 10, and that's the gun I gave to Stalker from G.I. Joe Classified. It just works really well, and I think it works well with her. It's perfectly matched to Eclipse, I think. Now, on having to heat the figure up, I am going to point out this week I had a couple of Hasbros, a couple of one NECA, and I had to heat those up as well. I had both the Cobra Officer, and I was doing a comparison to Sergeant Slaughter. I had to heat up the Hasbro Sergeant Slaughter because his leg was stuck. And he's been out for a while, so I mean, that tells you something. And I had to heat up the officer because both of his arms were really stiff. And of course you have to heat up next. So, I mean, it's not a big deal to have to heat up figures. In the case of Eclipse, you need to heat her up a little more than, most figures. That's a given. That just kind of goes along with Valaverse. But, if you know it walking in, it's okay. So yeah, while I'm able to get Eclipse into some interesting poses, I'm not quite feeling the stability I felt with other figures in this line. I was going to be real upfront about that. I'm going to try a few odd poses that I've been able to pull off with the other Valaverse figures and just see what I can get out of her. And you'll see the results of that in just a second. But, I just want to be upfront. I mean, she's having trouble standing, just regular standing. So that's kind of disconcerting, just to let you know up front. So, well, let's give it a shot, alright? Okay, so this is a pose you've seen me pull off with Sergeant. Well, no, maybe you guys haven't. I think I did it with Garrison Cavalry, is the only one you've seen me do it with. I'm not the best poser in the world. I admit that very upfront. Don't feel she's kicking quite as high as Garrison Cavalry was. I did this with Sergeant Slaughter in my comparison of the Sergeant Slaughters. You'll see that later, hopefully later this week. But, yeah, I don't feel like she's kicking quite as high. And, I did actually fix her to where she would kick higher, and she just fell over. So that was a little disconcerting. Just being upfront about it. And I get, it's a new body, and maybe the balance is a little off. So let me try something else here. Okay, I admit this is kind of a goofy pose. I saw Articulated Ninja pull this off on Pandora. I just thought I'd try it. And I did get it to work. So she's kicking herself in the back. She can do more than kick herself in the ass. So there is that. So I finally built up the courage to swap her head out. The trauma of Moon Knight is still abound. That's why I've not switched her hands at all. That Moon Knight just gives me nightmares now. And because I really wanted that figure. I've wanted that figure for years, and it broke. And I really like this figure as well. So, anyway. And yeah, Moon Knight's fixable, but, I just don't want to go through another bunch of hassle. So, yeah, give me some time on that. But yeah, this head, I really like it. It's really stunning, different, and just nice. And, she looks really good with it. And of course, here's a real good close-up of that head, as you can see. With stunning eyes popping out, and yeah, it's just nice. I really dig it. It's a cool accessory and just a different look for a character. I just really honestly dig it. And, again, the little shiny bits on the mask just make it work. It's awesome. So, I mean, obviously there is some reuse here. We know that already. Killswitch and Female Steel Brigade do have some reuse. As I've said, Action Force so far, the reuse has made sense, so I'm going with it. I mean, this is a military group. It makes sense that they would be similarities. And so I'm not really going to fuss about that. I got some minor gripes about her stability. I don't know if it might be the figure I have. I know her drop-down hips keep dropping. I think you might be able to see in the picture there where the hip did drop down there. Just ever so slightly. And that's disconcerting to me as well. It's not something I would knock majorly. I, would take a little bit off for it. I'll go with 4 stars on this one. I wanted it to be more. I kind of expected more. I really had to heat her up a lot, more than I expected. And I didn't like that too much because, again, I don't mind a little bit of heating up, but yeah, I heated her up and then all of a sudden she just stiffened right back up when my wife came in to review her. So it was like weird that happened. That's never happened to me before. And that made me a little nervous of handling her. And then a little while ago, I was putting her, and I may need to heat her up some more in the shoulders, because when I was putting her down, I heard the shoulder joint pop. Obviously meaning that, probably need to do some heat on that. And I'm like going, man, I've put a lot of heat to her, and she's still having some minor issues. So, yeah, I mean, she's a good figure, though. I like her. I mean, it's a great look, great character, and, does look, I mean, she is a nice figure. Just a lot of minor issues with her that kind of take it down a notch. Hopefully the others don't seem to have these issues. We'll see. Stay tuned this week for Action Force Week. Up next, I think I should be doing Steel Brigade. So stay tuned for that. Alright, until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe.